So finally we got ourselves a reveal for some gameplay for Rush Duel. Now if I'm going to be completely honest, the actual gameplay itself wasn't really the interesting part of the stream, because we didn't really get a whole lot of back and forth cool gameplay. It was just sort of big monster hit smaller monster with not much interaction going on. It was just two VTubers battling it out, so I won't show too much of the gameplay. I'll leave a little link in the description to the full live stream if you guys want to check out some of the full gameplay. I'll just show a little bit on screen now just to give a brief sort of showing of it. The whole interesting part about the gameplay was just the animations. The interesting part about the entire stream, though, was we got a whole bunch of reveals for actual Rush Duel itself. So, let's get into some of the reveals. So, first of all, we've got the characters that are coming, or at least the ones that are confirmed, which are things that I think were already leaked anyway. We've got your Yuga, you got your Luke, your Roman, and you've got your Gavin. So there you go. Got some nice little screenshots of them there. Then we got the new campaign, which the most interesting thing about this is we got the structure deck revealed, which is going to be a structure deck for, where is it? Your Lightning Vault Conductor, which is a card we already had leaked that was coming, but now we know there's actually going to be a structure deck built around it, which is kind of sick. So we're getting a Prismatic Dart Magician for speed duels. We already knew this from in-game stuff anyway, but we'll go through it anyway. A Prismatic Legend Dart Magician for Rush Duels, 10 packs for the World of Barara, or whatever this card is, the pack we just had for Speed Duels, which is basically confirming, by the way, that we're not getting a Speed Duel box alongside the Rush Duel box, because this is obviously the last line of packs we got, so for you guys hoping or still coping on getting 2 boxes, it's not happening, at least most likely not. 10 packs for the Sevens main box, which will be featuring the Sevens Road Magician, so he's coming in a box. We basically already knew this kind of stuff. New structure deck featuring Lightning Vault Conductor, which for you guys that don't know, is a card that looks kind of interesting. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we go through some of the cards down here, if it's shown down here. I don't think it was shown down here. Never mind, we'll go through it right now. Basically, this card, the requirement to use its skill is send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard. Then all face-up monsters on your opponent's field with the same attribute as that monster you just sent to the graveyard will lose attack and defense equal to that monster's level times 300. I think it's level? Yeah, times 300. So, pretty good card, especially in a format where most people are probably going to be playing the same light or dark decks, or when you're playing Seven's Road, where you're playing like every single attribute in your deck anyway, because that's how your boss monster gains stats. It's probably going to be a pretty decent card, so this structure deck's probably something you're going to probably want to get, and it's probably going to be free as well. I think I saw somewhere that was going to be free. I don't know, it's most likely we're going to get 1 free copy of this. Alright, a Dream Ultra Rare Pack, which I forgot I think we had some leak of this earlier of kind of what it was, but I'm not really sure. We get a little picture of it there. Ultra NSR Dream Tickets, which is kind of nice. Normal, blah blah, the skill tickets, don't really care about all this kind of stuff, and 1,000 gems, and a playmat and some sleeves, so there you go. Then we have the cards that were used. Now, keep in mind, the following cards were shown by each character during the stream. This does not confirm they'll be obtainable, and some may only be NPC cards. So I think the actual cards the players were using are probably going to be given out to us, at least. I don't think there was anything in here that was too powerful to be, not given to us. So we'll go through some of them briefly. So we've got the Seven's Road Magician, which is a card that the requirements use the skill, send a card from the top of your deck to the graveyard. This card gains attack equals the number of different attributes in your graveyard times 300 until the end of the turn. This card is going to be probably one of the main decks in the game on release, because it's actually a really strong boss monster just based on stats alone. We have your Mystical Dealer, send 1 spellcast type monster from your hand to the graveyard, draw 1 card. Really, really strong. I was playing this on a live stream the other day. Really, really strong card, because it just cycles through your deck so quickly. Then we have your Shining Shaman. This card allows you to send this face-up card from field to the graveyard to allow a level 4 or lower spellcast type monster to attack directly. We've got a bunch of normal monsters. Got your Fire Golem, which allows you to make your opponent's monsters lose defense. Got the Pierce, which just lets one of your monsters have Pierce. Big shocker there. We've got Phantom Bird, which I haven't seen yet. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, the attacking monster loses attack equal to the number of monsters with the same type in your opponent's graveyard times 100 until the end of the turn. That's actually a pretty strong card for early Rush Duel, I imagine. Because a lot of battle traps are a lot stronger in Rush Duel than in standard Speed Duels, so I would expect this to see a bit of play. We have your Excel Wonder Supra. So the top card of your deck to the graveyard, increase the level of 1 face-up spellcast type monster on the field by 2, and its attack by 200 until the end of the turn. We have your Road Magic Explosion. If you have a face-up level 7 or higher spellcast type monster on the field, send 1 fire attribute monster from your hand to the graveyard. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of cards on the field times 400. Not sure if we care much about burn damage specifically. There's not much board control-y stuff, but then again, haven't played much of the Rush Duel format, so maybe it's a lot better than standard burn and standard Yu-Gi-Oh! We have your Kuribot, which is going to be an ultra rare in the box. If you have no other monsters on the field, pay 500 life points, add 1 Koobot from your graveyard to your hand. Very strong card because it gives you a lot of resource generation. We have your Sevens Road Witch. This card basically just summons out your Sevens Road monster from hand or another big level 7 spellcaster. We've got your Tornado the Wind Weaver, which I think we saw on the stream. Change the battle position of 1 monster on your opponent's field, which is kind of cool because you just take one of their boss monsters, put it in defense, and obviously a 1500 defense boss monster is a lot easier to deal with than a 3000 plus attack boss monster. Alright, we have Thunder the Thunder. 1 face-up monster in your opponent's field loses 300 attack until the end of the turn. Not bad for a level 3, I guess, especially considering early on a lot of the cards don't have exactly super high stats, like 1500 or so can probably clear out a few monsters. We have Luke's Ace Boss Monster, a card that is very scary in early Rush Duel because we've only got 6,000 life points, and this thing can attack twice. When it destroys a monster, it can attack again. 2,500 attack. This thing will lead to a lot of OTKs. Twin Edge Dragon. Send 1 copy into the graveyard. This card can attack twice during this turn. Not that scary, but could lead to some lethals. Probably just used for tribute fodder, I guess. Bunch of normals. Sports Dragon Pitcher. Split or summon 1 Sports Dragon Slugger from your graveyard to your field in face-up defense position. This turn, your level 6 and lower monsters cannot attack. Okay. Not the greatest, but it's very good for tribute fodder. Like, insanely good for tribute fodder. Like, if you use this thing to summon back another copy of itself, summon this thing, bang bang, your opponent just takes 1 billion damage. Alright, then we have your Gravity Press Dragon. Damn, this dude looks like he's been lifting. Alright, 1 face-up monster in your opponent's field loses 7 attack and defense until the end of this turn. That sounds like a really good card for early Rush Duel, but this thing is level 6, so obviously it takes a tribute to summon it. Dragonic Pressure. Send 3 Dragon-type monsters from your hand to the graveyard. Destroy all monsters in the field. If you destroy a monster by this effect, spell summon level 4 or lower Dragon-type monster from your graveyard to your field in face-up defense position. I like the sound of this card purely because I know it sounds like a pretty hefty cost, 3 dragon monsters, but you'll notice so far there's like no real destruction removal in this game, at least early on. So this might be one of the few cards we actually have that is actually destruction removal. So it's not that bad because you do get to bring back a card at least, and we do draw 5 cards a turn in Rush Duel. So I could see this seeing some play, at least considering there's not that much early on removal. We have Triad Dragon. Just draw 1 card. Your opponent has a face-up level 7 or high monster on the field, and you have 2 face-up non-level 3 Dragon-type monsters on your field. Not sure if that's too hefty of a condition. Probably is, but moving on. We have your Sports Dragon Slugger, the one that pairs with the dude over here. You have no other monsters on the field. It's better to summon Sports Dragon Pitcher from your graveyard to your field. This turn, your level 6 and low monsters can't attack. So again, just more tribute fodder for your boss monsters. Alright, then we had the NPC cards. We had Sparks, do 200 damage. We had your Ancient Telescope. Your opponent excavates the top 5 cards of their deck and shows them. Then your opponent places the excavated cards on top of their deck in the same order. So just looking at your opponent's deck. Probably won't see much play this card, I imagine. Seems pretty bad. We have your Bear. Add 1 Pyro-type normal monster from your graveyard to your hand. So another good way to generate a lot of resources. Pretty good when you have cards like your, or pretty similar to cards like your Karibo over here that just generates resources for tribute. Same kind of thing, just generates tribute resources. Alright, bunch of normals. And we have some legend cards. We have Dark Magician, which is just a fat stack stick, 2,500 attack. We'll probably see some play in the Sevens Road deck, purely because things like your Sevens Road Witch do need high level monsters for it to have some synergy with it. And we have your Summoned Skull, another just high stack beat stick monster. The main upside of this card though is it takes only 1 tribute because it's level 6, right? And it's still got the same sort of stat line. So the only reason you use Dark Magician is just for a spellcaster type deck, I imagine. And this one would be for basically anything else. I assume you'd want to play this one over it just because of less tributes. Alright, then we have some of the gameplay screenshots. So like I said, I've already shown some of the gameplay on screen. It wasn't all that interesting, but there were a few sort of key things to take from it. One of them was we got a small glimpse at the level up rewards. Starting off with your XL Wonder Supra, which is the increased level one, which is a card that didn't seem all that interesting. The attack buff was kind of useful, but I'm not sure about level increasing in this game. Doesn't seem all that useful. And the Road Magic Explosion. So those are going to be some level ups. Alright, we know that we're going to start with 6,000 life points and 4 cards in hand. Each turn, including turn 1, you will draw a card until you have 5 cards in your hand. And even if you have 5 cards, you still draw 1 card. So you basically knew all this from leaks anyway. Each turn you can normal summon as many times as you like. There is no standby phase. Here's a couple of little screenshots for you guys that want to see them. This is, by the way, when you draw for your turn, you just draw, that's what it looks like. You just have all 5 cards showed on screen, which is kind of cool. Of course, the animations we saw at the start of the video. And yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of all this kind of stuff shown in the comments down below. I'm pretty excited for all this stuff. I think all these leaks were pretty good. A lot of people are going to be mad there wasn't a whole lot of speed duel content, but I'm going to be honest, when the new world's coming out, you shouldn't really have expected too much anyway. I think it should be expected, so if you're getting disappointed by that, I don't know. I was kind of hoping they'd show a little bit more content of what's in the structure deck, but at least we know which structure deck we're getting now, so that's kind of cool. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I'll have plenty of Rush Duel content coming out when the new world is released, so remember to like and subscribe for that. Alright, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Laters.